This conference will now be recorded.
You are an FY2 doctor in the cardiology department. You have been asked to teach one of the nurses ECG. What? ECG. So you are an FY2 doctor and you have been asked to teach one of the nurses ECG. First of all, the principles of teaching. Who you are? You are an FY2 doctor. So you are a Mickey Mouse doctor. So do not expect that you're gonna be teaching. Yeah, you are an FY2. You just finished your internship. Okay, that's who you are. Whom you talking to? To a nurse. So guys, please, I can be teaching ECG for half an hour, and you don't understand anything. But you are doctors. But in this station, you are talking to who? A nurse. How much a nurse will need to know about ECG? That's number one. Number two, how should you talk to a nurse? And what does she need about ECG? Nurse. Okay. So before we start, because teaching stations are very important. So in Lab 2 exam, you are expecting to have at least one station teaching. Okay? So before I teach anyone anything, I need to know the basics of teaching, the teaching structure, teaching station structure. Is there a structure? Yes, there is a structure. Okay. If you are coming and you want to learn about something, number one, you must introduce yourself. You must to the student or to the nurse. Okay, and you must confirm you are talking to the nurse. Number one is introducing yourself. Today, I will be giving you tips about teaching that is different from any notes you read or from any papers you read. Okay, if I'm teaching my colleague, a colleague nurse, if I am teaching a colleague nurse, do you think I will be saying to her, hello, I'm Dr. Fath Helbab, one of the general doctors here. Can you please confirm your full name? It is breaking bad news. This is what? This is breaking bad. This is, I'm telling her, death news. So, step one, introduce yourself and confirming identity with your colleague. What do you mean by colleague? Big smile. In my hospital, I hug my nurses. They hug me when they see me. Hi, Mo, how are you? They don't call me Dr. Mo. They call me Mo. And I call them by their name. I don't call, I don't go, well, I'm Dr. I'm Dr. Fath Helbab. What are you? No. We talk friendly. So step one is confirm identity in a friendly way. In what? In a friendly way means if you are coming, I'm going to say to you, hi, how are you doing, Alicia? Yes, it's Alicia. How are you? I'm Mo. I think we've met before. I'm one of your colleagues here. A colleague, nurse is a colleague. A nurse is a colleague. Big smile. Don't say I'm Dr. Fath Helbab. Can you confirm? No. So step one is teaching. In teaching is confirm what? Confirm what? Identity in a friendly way. Why are you talking about this now? We said ECG because that's more important for me than ECG. So I am not going across as I am, no. Big smile, friendly. Okay, I've confirmed identity. What is step two? Step two is this doctor, what's your name?
Niveda.
Huh?
Niveda.
Niveda. Dr. Niveda, whenever she sees me, she gives me a smile. I give her a smile all the time. We don't know each other, but it's a friendly. If you don't like the person who's teaching, it's not gonna work. He's not gonna understand. So step two is rapport. Forget about the why are you coming here? Rapport. How you doing? Yeah, rapport. Yeah. How you doing? How's the world around today? How's the cardiology department? Do you think it's stressful? How are you managing? Are you happy? So what is that called? Rapport, not related to the topic. They cannot get into the session, yeah? The session is only 253 doctor, and the meeting is 253. We started and it's full. So the meeting is full. Tell them the meeting is full. And I have posted the meeting On my groups first, then on social media. So it's full. So friendly way. B. Dr. Sabrina, say to them, but after ECG, it will be only private. So they can join after ECG. You get me? Anyway, so after that rapport, please guys, rapport, smile. And you know, she must like you because you're gonna be teaching her. She must like you to a level, to a limit, yeah? Don't ask her for WhatsApp number and say you said she must like me, and no, within limits, yeah? Because one of the doctors in step 2, which is rapport, step 2 rapport, yeah? Step 2 is rapport. Rapport. One of the doctors was a problem colleague, and to build with me rapport, I was coming late because my home is not safe, my family are arguing. She said, you can't come and stay in my house. No, that's not rapport. You don't build rapport with limits, yeah? So I build rapport. What is step 3? Step 3 is 3W. Step 3 is 3W. So step 3 in teaching station is 3W. W, W, W. Yeah? W, W, W. What is 3W in step 3? Why do you want to know about this? What do you know? What do you want to know? Why do you want to know? It is the reason why for this teaching. What do you know? It is the past. How much do you know? It is the past. Unless I know what do you know, I will not be able to teach you what you want. So the third W is what do you wanna? Dr. Mo, when you read scripts, you never see these things. You never see what do you want and what do you want and what do you know. This is the key for passing a Black 2, because unless I know your background, I wouldn't be able to teach you. For example, you are an FY2 doctor, yeah? And you want to know about ECG, you want to learn about ECG. And then I came across to tell you, do you know the heart? The P is the atrial contraction. Wow, come on. I'm an FY2, come on. What are you talking about? We need a bit of advanced knowledge. You understand me? So unless I know your background, I will not be able to teach you. So please, you must ask, what do you know? And what do you wanna? What do you know is the past. What do you wanna know is the future, is the concern, is the station. Clear? So by asking why, what do you know? What do you wanna know? Clear? And what do you wanna know? In brackets, it is the concern. It is what you are going to teach. So don't be scripted. When you read the ECG teaching in the notes, you see that people teach rate, rhythm, yeah? And then when you ask him, what do you know? I know the rate and the rhythm, and I know about AF. I just want to know about MI. Okay? So that's scripted people, yeah? Okay, let me tell you about the rate. I know about the rate. Let me tell you about, and then you go from the rate and the rhythm, and no, he knows. He knows. So you're not gonna have the same start. You're gonna be starting according to what the patient, what the simulator, what the nurse want. Clear? And by the way, I'm not teaching only a structure for ECG. I'm teaching you a structure for all teaching. Okay, now I know in step 3, the concern, what does he want to know? What is step 4? Step 4 is what? What do you think?
Teaching.
Start teaching. I'm not gonna spend the whole time in rapport. What do you want to know? Now I need to start the purpose of the station, which is teach. So step 4 is teach. Step 4 is teach. Teach. But while you are teaching in this step, you must all the time involve him. You must always assess his understanding. Are you following me? Am I clear so far? Should we move forward? If I'm going too slow, let me know. If I'm going too fast, let me know. All the time during the teaching. Clear, guys? The purpose of teaching station, they are not assessing how much knowledge you have. No. They are assessing, can you teach or not. So tell yourself, if I leave the cubicle and she doesn't understand, I fail. If I leave the cubicle and she doesn't understand, you fail the station. That's it. You fail. Okay? Please mic off. Please. Because at any time there is disturbance, I'm gonna switch off the link. Okay? I'm gonna switch off. Anyway, that's comment because it's free for everybody. So the comment, you open the right, so we switch off the link. Anyway, so step 4 is teaching. So when you teach, make sure you teach what is relevant, what he wants. Please do not teach what you have in the notes. Teach what he wants. Okay, step 4 is teaching. Step 5 is what? By the way, during the teaching, I said you be smart. Two-way conversation, two-way. Always make sure things back and forth. For example, Alex, what do you think? For example, what do you think we'll use the speculum for? So before you tell him the indication for speculum, ask him to make it. And if he tells you something that's not right, say, you know, yeah, well, it's not really like that, but thanks. I can see you are doing the effort to understand. Appreciate him. That's during teaching. After teaching, step 5 is what? Any other concerns? Think about it. I asked him in step 3, yeah, what do you want to know? He said to me, I want to know about MI. So step 4 is teaching him MI. After I taught him MI, Dr. Mo, you know, you addressed this concern already. You already taught him MI. After you taught him MI, why do you ask in step 5 any other concern? Because maybe when you were teaching him MI, something came up, a question came up that he wants to ask about, clear. That's why any other concern, maybe he tells you, well, I don't really understand this. So always ask concern after you any other concern. Step 6 is the final step. Step 6 is the final step. Step 6 is basically making it open return. Write down open return. What is the meaning of open return? What is the meaning of open return? Open return means open the door for him. Open the door for him. He can come back anytime. What do you mean? Maybe when he goes home, there's something missing. Maybe when you start reading, something else will come up. Egyptian accent, something. In Egypt, we don't say something, we say something. So maybe something else will come. So if something else came, he needs to know that he can come back. He is welcome. Clear. So all the time, the final step is step 6, like breaking bad news. In breaking bad news, we always say at any time, you have any questions, I am Dr. Fatih Al-Bab. You can come. Yeah, this is the same is, well, Andrew, when you go home and you start reading, please, if there's any issue or if there's any misunderstanding, if there's anything else you need more clarification, you can come back to me. Clear, guys? So what is the final step? Open return. Forget about the teaching structure and let's talk about ECG teaching. So at any teaching station, Doctor, what's your name?
Eileen.
Eileen.
Yeah.
Dr. Eileen. Now, at any teaching station, what is the step that will be different? All the steps are the same in all stations, except one step. The teaching, step 4. Online doctors, are you lost? I'm checking their understanding now. I'm making sure they understand. Are you lost?
No, everything is
No,
clear.
doctor.
Any teaching station, I will follow the same instruction. Apart from step 4, which is the teaching. Okay? So now let's teach you about teaching ECG, but I will follow the same steps until the teaching and then teach ECG. Now let's go back to ECG teaching, but I have to give you the structure first. The structure of which Dr. Rada was giving you the session today, it is the same thing that we follow. Yeah? Okay. Teaching ECG. Number 1, you are an FY2 doctor. Number 2, you are teaching a nurse. Okay, so confirming identity. Confirming identity. Is it gonna be, well, I'm Dr. Fath Al-Bab, one of the general doctors here. Can you please confirm your full name and date of birth? Is it that kind of start? Why? Because he is a colleague. She is a colleague. Smile, big smile. I am Muhammad. Don't say I am Dr. Fatih. I am Muhammad. Okay? She's not a patient and she's a colleague. Are you Alicia? Are you Nicole? Yes, I think we've met before. You know, that kind of. How's the word round? Is everything all right? You know, guys, this kind of beautiful start. Okay? After that, I started building what? Rapport. How? Giving her a hug. Building rapport. Yeah? Building rapport. The Egyptian rapport is giving her a hug. But no. Okay? Building rapport with her by, yeah, how's the word round? How is your work? Is everything all right? Do you enjoy it? That's it. Then what? Why? She's in the cardiology department. I can see her in the cardiology department. That's why maybe I'm sitting in ECG. Any other concerns? Then what do you know about ECG? She will tell you what she knows, and then what do you want to know? When you assess her, when you check the 3W, you will have two situations, either or. You will have how many situations? Two situations. Which meaning for me, two stations. I have two stations. I have. That's why people can fail easy. When you know the script, you can fail easy. 0, 0, big 0. Not even a small, big 0, 0, 0. Why? Because not all the situations are the same. Do you think all nurses have the same background? Seriously, don't say no to make me happy. Do you think all the nurses will have the same background? So do you think the station will go the same way like everyone? No. One of the nurses, she will tell you, yeah, I know about the heart rate. I know how to know about the rhythm. But I'm really confused about the MI. Another nurse, she will tell you, well, doctor, you know, I've just started today, you know, I don't know anything about anything, you know. So her background is 0. So then you will start from scratch. Clear. So how to know you are scripted or not? From your approach. Are you approaching according to what she want, or are you approaching according to what you know? So, you know, someone will talk a lot and fail. Somebody will talk only for limited amount of time and will pass, because that one has split his effort on everything, but the other person addressed the concern properly, nicely. You understand? Took his time. So it's not about how much you've been talking for. It's about what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Clear. So how many scenarios I will have? 2 scenarios. One of them, I know nothing. I know nothing. Which in that, I will start with teaching her how to know about heart rate, rhythm, yeah, and everything else. But what if she knows about heart rate and rhythm? Don't I explain it? No. So please, if someone is coming to learn about the basics of ECG, make sure you do not teach everything. Only heart rate and rhythm. Only because she doesn't know anything. Don't expect to heart rate, rhythm, MIAF. No. No. Heart rate and rhythm. Then, Dr. Mo, you know, I finished the heart rate and rhythm and I still have time. What should I do? Easy. Assess her knowledge. Check her understanding. Is there anything needs a clarification? No. Is everything clear so far? Yes. Is there anything else you want to know? Yes, Dr. MI. Then go for. What if she doesn't know? She doesn't want to do, just, no, doctor, I'm happy. Any other concerns? No. Station finished. You understand me? Because people think that they will tell everything in 8 minutes. You can't. So it's about, does she know or not? Are you able to teach or not? And when you finish, carry on. Any other concern? You see, step 5. Yes, no, and then station is finished. So let's give you the 2 scenarios. I will explain now all about ECG. I will explain what? In a beautiful, nice way, easy way. But in the exam, are you going to do the same? What are you going to do? Check. Wallahi, doctor, I want to know about the basics. Only the basics. I've just started in the cardiology department. So, rate rhythm. Doctor, I want to know about, the atrial problem, AF, for example. Doctor, I want to know about heart block. Heart block only. Clear, guys. And after you finish heart block, assess her knowledge. Are you okay? Everything is fine. Yes. Any other concern? No. It's finished. Station is finished. So if she wants to know about heart block, are you gonna start from rate and rhythm? Are you gonna start with rhythm? However, if it was me, you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna check. So to teach you the heart block, you should know about the rate and are you aware of them? Anything that needs the clarification there? No, doctor. Move on or not? So I still make sure she understand. Clear. How can I help, doctor? I want to know about the MI. All right. Before I go for MI, you should be able to identify the rate and the rhythm. Are you aware of them? Do you know them? Yes, doctor. Any concerns about them? No, doctor. Then go for. So even though before I jump to MI, I still assess knowledge, make sure she's fine, then move on. Clear. And after I explain the MI, I will end my station by anything else? Any other concerns? If no, خلاص, done. Clear. You see how many times I say clear? Shall we move forward? Guys, shall we, the online doctors, are you okay? This is teaching. This is teaching. Okay? Now, let's now start. I will tell you today about the rhythm and the rate and MI, heart block, AF. All of that, yes. However, in 20 minutes. Mickey Mouse attitude, Mickey Mouse approach. And I promise you, after 20 minutes, you will not even read. You will not go home to read anything, and the ECG is done. And whenever you read an ECG, according to your level, rate, rhythm, AF, MI, you will be very confident. I promise you. You don't need to read anything. So let's start by, as I mentioned to you, these are the 5 things that I will teach. Rate and rhythm. So I will start with the rhythm, yeah, rhythm, and then the rate, and then what? What? The rate, and then what? The rate. Okay. So the rate, the rhythm. That's the Egyptian accent. I'm trying to, so I don't forget my accent. The rate, the rhythm, and after that, step 3. Step 3, I will teach you about MI. MI. Step 4, heart block, and I can even do the heart block before MI. Heart block. And 5 the AF. 5 AF. Clear? Okay. But I will teach you from scratch. Basics. As if nobody knows anything about ECG. Okay? So, number 1, rhythm. I did not say number 1, rate. I said number 1 is rhythm. I will tell you now why. Okay. So, before I teach the nurse, before I start anything, that's what I'm going to do. I will draw the heart, okay, for her, and I will draw next to the heart ECG, PQRST. So I draw the heart, and next to the heart, what? The waves, PQRST. So far, any problem? I'm teaching what? Whom I'm teaching? Nurse, ya shabab. Guys, nurse. I'm teaching the nurse. So I will tell her that this wave is called what? P, and this is what? QRS, and this is T. And I will tell her this P wave represents what? Look, she's got the heart here. So I will say to her, when this atria contracts, yeah, this is the wave. Guys, clear. And then the ventricles. When these ventricles contract, which wave? This is the QRS. And then when the ventricle relax, this is what? T. That's my start to the nurse. Online doctors, are you lost? So beautiful start. So now when I'm talking to the nurse, she knows. She's relating the waves to the heart. Yeah, to the heart. Before I tell her anything, rate, rhythm, nothing. But now she knows that ECG is P, QRST, and she knows the heart, atria, P, ventricle, QRS, and ventricles relaxation is T. That's it. Easy peasy. Let's move on. Then I will tell her, now let me talk to you about the rhythm. So before I start the rhythm, rate, everything, I will tell her what ECG is. ECG. Why? Why do we do ECG? For tracing of the heart, the electrical activity of the heart. And this is the heart. And this is the PQRST. Atrial contraction is P. Ventricular contraction is QRS. Ventricular relaxation is T. And this is beautiful heart, Egyptian heart. That's Egyptian man's heart. Can have plenty of things in this heart. Big heart. Okay? Yes. You understand? So now let's talk about rhythm. Now I will start teaching here about, should I take this off? Yeah? That's it. But this is the start. Yeah? So the start, tell her what ECG is and draw these two pictures for her. Then I will start talking about the rhythm. Now, to teach her about the rhythm, what type of rhythm? I mean, it's either regular or irregular. So the rhythm is either regular or irregular. And be careful, because what is the second step? Rate. So the rate, according to the rhythm, I will calculate the rate. According to the rhythm, I will calculate the rate. I will show you now how. Anyway, so the rhythm is either regular or irregular. Okay. So now I want to tell her how to know if it's regular or irregular. Okay, this is the ECG. This is an ECG. Yeah, an ECG. As you see, ECG, PQRST, 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 yeah, PQRST. So simply, I will ask her to have a plain paper. What? What? Plain paper. And I will come here and I will, with the pen, highlight the R waves. The what? R waves, guys, is the top. You see the top. QRST, QR. So I will come here and I will put a mark on the R wave. Guys, online doctors, so how many papers are we going to have? One or two? Two. White one and the ECG one. Okay? And I will put them like this. And I will, with the pen, mark which waves. The R, 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 R. So I have like this. Can you see, guys? I have put lines on the R waves. Then I will move this piece of paper to check the next group of R's. Is it the same distance between the R's or not? If it is the same, if between the R and R, the same, the same, the same. If I move this paper to the next part of the ECG and it is the same distance between the R's, that's regular or irregular? Regular. That's it. So regular means what? So what is the meaning of regular now? The distances between the R equal. But what if I bring the paper? I bring that. So be careful, because in this station you will need what? The pen and paper. So what do you need? Pen and paper, yeah? What do we need? That's Egyptian accent. Pen and paper is my accent. Pen and paper. So we need the pen and paper. We're gonna put them like this. I will highlight the R. When I move with this white paper, with the marks I put to check the other R's are not the same. When I put this, the R's are going in different locations. So that means it is, so it's either regular, which means the R waves, the distances between the R waves are the same. No, irregular. Distances between the R waves are not the same. So that's irregular. And that's how simple you're going to tell the nurse. Easy? That's how I'm gonna tell her. All right? I love that. Seriously. When I say, is everything okay? Yes. Now I know it's yes. I love it. So now I will come to the second step, which calculating the rate. So I told you, I will calculate the rate according to the rhythm. What do you mean? If the rate, how many rhythm do you have? 2, regular or irregular. So if the rhythm is regular, how to calculate the rate? If the rhythm is irregular, is what? Irregular. How to calculate the rate? Simple. So if the rhythm is regular, how to calculate the rate? If it is regular, what is the meaning of regular? Regular means that the R distances are the same. The R distances are the same. So if the distance between the R's, so the rate here, I will say, if the rhythm is regular, what will we do? And if the rhythm is irregular, what will we do? So that's why I said the rate is depending on the rhythm. Okay, we said the rhythm, if it's regular, that means that the distances between the R are the same. So I will pick any 2 R's. I will pick any 2 R's, any two. And I will say this number is fixed, 300 on the top. So 300 divided by the number of large boxes between 2 R. Again, how to calculate the rate? Dr. Mo, tell me, is it regular rhythm or? Brother, it is regular. Regular means fixed. Regular means the distance between the 2 R's are fixed. So I will take 2 R and I will calculate how many large boxes, and I will say 300 is fixed number divided by the number of large boxes between 2 R's. So 300 divided number of large boxes between 2 R's equal the rate. What do you mean, Dr. Mo? Yeah, brother. I will get 2 R waves and I will count the large boxes. I found that there are 4 large boxes between 2 R. So what is the rate? 300 divided by 4. So the rate is 300 divided by the number of boxes between 2 R's. Okay. So the number of boxes between 2 R's, if it's regular. Yes. Write down, guys. Number of boxes. Write down 300 divided by number of big boxes between 2 R. Why did I only choose 2 R? Because they are all the same. Okay. What if the heart rate, the rhythm is irregular? What if that rhythm is irregular? Doctora, what's your name? Nermeen. بص بقى Nermeen. You know, you wrote one line. You wrote the number of boxes between 2 R. Okay? Bring the R forward in the sentence and bring the boxes later. So it is the number of boxes between the R's. Yeah? That's if the heart rate is irregular. If the rhythm is irregular. So if the rhythm is irregular, I will use different equation. The number of R's between 30 boxes. Write down. The number of R's between 30 boxes. So I only changed 2 words. Times 10. Times 10. Fine. Again. The rhythm is regular. The rhythm is, that means that the distance between R's are equal. So I will take only 2 R's and I will say my equation is to calculate the rate. 300 divided by what, yeah, brother? By the number of boxes between 2 R's. La. The rhythm is irregular. The rhythm is irregular. So the number of R's between boxes. So I only swapped words. The number of boxes between 2 R's, regular. The numbers of R's in the boxes. So times 10. So the first one is 300 divided by the number of boxes between R's, the large boxes. The second one, because the R's are different. So I took some R's. That's how I took some R's because they are not the same now. I took few. Few how many? The number of 30, the number of R's between how many? So I will count their 30 boxes and I will check how many R's there times. Done? Done. Okay. So that's rate and rhythm. All right. Online doctors, are you lost?
Doctor, we are fine. Thank you.
Perfect. You see?
Doctor,
Let's delay. Yes?
Dr. Mo, if our interval is irregular, we will calculate number of R between 13 box. Are we multiplying it into 10?
I said within 30, not 13.
30, yes, 30.
The number of R in between 30 times 10. So I will count 30 boxes. How many R's in these 30 boxes? 8 times 10, 80. Clear? Now, rate and rhythm is done. Today I said £100 for anyone who will not understand the session. So I will do all my best. Huh? Yeah, 100 Egyptian. So imagine if, 100 Egyptian pound. Imagine if 10 people didn't understand. 1,000 Egyptian. عارف 1,000 Egyptian? How many? How much? Like 40 pounds, for example. Imagine 40 pounds for 10 people. Egyptian money. When you go to Egypt,
I know.
I'm sure India is the same, Libya.
Yeah.
You have 1,000 pounds. Why, brother? 1,000 gives you, they give you like a plastic bag with money. Anyway, so yes. So and everybody loves you because you gave the tips. Everybody loves you, No, that's 1,000. Can I back with you? Hand back, So now I will start by the next step. MI heart block AF. But I will start with the heart block first. With the what? Heart block, because it's the difficult part. Difficult. Heart block is more difficult than MI. So I will do heart block number 3 and the MI number 4. Nothing is difficult. Everything will be easy, inshallah. So heart block. Now we'll talk about heart block. Heart block, yeah, brother. Yes, heart block. And flap 1 questions are all covered here. That's flap 2. But any doubt, any questions about flap 1 ECG, it's all here. Because I was studying I always study as per the exam. I don't care. I just what comes, seriously. I want to pass my exam. That's my main priority. Why should I know about 2 hours ECG? Why? 3 hours, go and watch ECG for 3 hours YouTube. Why? What do I need? I need this. I need to pass the exam. After you pass the exam, read that 4 hours, because when you watch something for fun, it's fun. But if you have an exam, always make sure what I want from this for the exam. So now heart block. We have first degree heart block, and we have, that's what I want from you, first and second. So how many? 2. First degree heart block and second degree heart block. And out of the second degree heart block, we have MOPS 1 and MOPS 2. That's it. So write down in the heart block, I will be teaching you today first degree heart block. And what else? Second degree heart block. Out of the second degree heart block, how many types? MOPS 1 and MOPS 2. So what's MOPS 1? It is type 1 from second degree heart block. What's MOPS 2? Type 2, the second type of the second degree heart block. So MOPS 1 and MOPS 2. So basically, how many things do we have now? 3. We have first degree, we have MOPS 1 and MOPS 2. Clear? Clear. First degree heart block. That's if she wants to know about heart block. First degree heart block. Can you all draw normal ECG? P, Q, R, S, T. P, QRST, P QRST. So all of you draw P QRST, P QRST. Just draw 2 or 3. Okay. First degree heart block means that the PR, what is the PR? What is the PR? The distance between the P and R. That's it. What is the PR? The distance between P and R, which is the start of the P, then you know the QRS, to the start of the Q here. This is called PR. So the PR is the distance between the P wave and the R. PR. Prolonged. What? What? But constant. What do you mean constant? PR, 7 boxes. The second PR, 7 boxes. The third PR. So the distances between the P and the R are prolonged but constant. That's it. Dr. Mo, you said to us that the distance between P and the R should be prolonged. So what is the normal distance between P and R? What is the normal distance between P and R? Guys, how many squares? How many squares normally between the P and the R? Guys, 3 to 5.
Squares.
3 to 5 small boxes. Yeah, that's the normal distance between the P and R. So what is first degree heart block in one sentence? PR is prolonged. And is it constant prolonged or is it different? Constant. So if I measure it and it's 3 squares, it's what? 3 squares. It should be in the heart block first degree 6, 7. But what about the second PR? 6. The third PR. So the distances are the same. So it is prolonged but the same. Clear? Constant. All right. How many types left? How many types? MOPS 1 and MOPS, which are 2 types of second degree heart block. PR is prolonged but increased, progressive. What do you mean, Dr. Mo? The first PR, 6 boxes. The second PR, 7 boxes. The third PR, 7.5. The fourth PR, 8 boxes. So PR is prolonged but PP, prolonged progressive. So the PR in the first degree heart block, prolonged but constant. So prolonged PR but constant. MOPS 1, PR, when I measure it, prolonged. But the second one, increased or decreased or the same. The third one, so prolonged progressive. That's MOPS 1. Prolonged progressive PR. What about MOPS 2? What about what? MOPS 2. Brother, MOPS 2, the PR is prolonged and constant. Write down. Write down. The PR is what? And what? Prolonged. PR and constant. Brother, I don't want to play. Why don't want to play? Because this is the same as first degree. صح؟ Same as first degree. برشا عايشة Tunisia.
However,
عايشك ربي in Tunisia means يعني long life ولا thank you ولا ايه؟
God bless you.
God bless you. In Tunisian عايشك ربي. Yeah. So PR is prolonged and constant in MOPS 2. Yes. But what is the difference between MOPS 2 and the first degree if both are like this? Write down every 2P, 1 QRS. What do you mean, Dr. Mo? When I look at the ECG, I will see P wave, and after that, P wave, and 1 QRS. P wave, 1 QRS. What do you mean? There will be a QRS missing. So it will be 2P per 1 QRS. It will be like this. P, can you see, guys? P, QRS. P, T, P, P, QRS. But the distance between the P and the R, progressive. But prolonged. But the same. But what is the difference? In this ECG, I will see one thing different. I will see, yes, PR prolonged and constant. But I will notice that there is a QRS missing. 2P and then QRST. 2P, QRST. So I will have 2P per 1 QRS. Do you understand? Seriously. Online doctors.
Yes, doctor.
Repeat it.
Okay. So you tell me now. PR, what is the normal PR? Distance. What is the normal distance? 3 to 5. PR prolonged constant. Prolonged constant. Prolonged constant. First degree or MOPS
These
2. But
Mobis
how do I know? In MOPS 2, 2P, 1 QRS. So there is a QRS missing every 2P, 1 QRS. What if PR prolonged? Progressive. Increasing. As you go, it is increasing. That's what?
Mobis 1.
That's second degree, MOPS 1. Clear. So give me one word when you are studying. When you are studying before your exam, you want to be quick. So give me one word that I will replace it by heart block. Put it in 2 letters, in brackets, 2 letters. PR. So I'm teaching here what? PR. That's I'm teaching no PR per rectal examination. PR. I'm teaching PR distance. What is the normal distance? And if it's a prolonged constant, if it's a prolonged progressive, if it's a prolonged constant and missing QRS. So in the heart block, you are teaching that PR. Clear? Anybody is lost? Okay. Guys, 100 pounds. 100 pounds. So, no, seriously, Allah, this is my notes when I was preparing for lab. That's why it was like state like this. You see, like this is like, I don't know if this is there. Maybe I was doing urine dipstick using this paper. I don't know. Huh? Coffee? I don't know. But yeah. Anyway. So, monster maybe. So now I will move to MI. I will move to what? MI. Okay. So can I take this off? So MI number 4.
Dr. Mo.
Yes.
I want the third degree.
Sorry?
Third degree.
No. You don't need, guys, as I mentioned earlier, I said you are teaching a nurse. You are teaching a nurse. I said I am teaching you what you need for PLAB 2 and what you need for PLAB 1. You don't need to teach a nurse third degree. It is so complicated, and it is literally, it will take from you literally 20 minutes to teach it to someone. It will never be the case. It will never be the case. Dr. Marcos.
Yes. Okay.
I have mentioned at the start, I will teach you what you want for this exam. I'm not going to go through things that you're not going to need to teach a nurse. You are teaching a nurse, basics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And by the way, what I taught you about heart block, trust me. If you are teaching a nurse and you are telling it, this is the heart, this is the PQRS, this is the PR, this is normal distance, this is, you need 15 minutes. Okay? Now, anyway, now I will be going through the MI. MI, yes, MI. I will make I will draw something for you, and you will use it to know about any MI in the world. Okay? So I will draw this picture. Last week I drew a picture, but it was slightly different from this one. Okay? So I'll draw a picture now, and using this picture, you will know any type of MI. Any type of MI from this picture. Okay. Be careful, because if you are teaching a nurse MI, make sure, Doctora, what's your name? Huh? Ferial. Doctora Ferial. Make sure when you are teaching the nurse about MI, if she, doctor, I want to know about MI, always start by the symptoms of MI. Symptoms, yeah. 20 seconds. 20? By telling it how to spot MI. If the patient is coming central, crushing chest pain, and the pain is going to the left shoulder, the left jaw, the left hand, it is an emergency. Why, Dr. Mo? Why do you have to tell the nurse this? Why do I need, before I start teaching her MI, why do I need to tell her the symptoms of MI? Because if she has an ECG to read and she knows it's MI, it's one thing. But if she has a patient with the presenting complaint and she doesn't know it's MI, it is disaster. Do you agree with me? So you need to correlate to her. If you find this ECG, the symptoms should be a patient who's having 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you understand me, guys? So always tell her about that presentation of MI. Guys, anybody has a power bank? Power bank? Yes, please. Here, based on charity, power bank from him. Charging?
No, finished.
Huh? I have the charger, but
Please.
anybody has iPhone charger? Please.
We are Android.
Hmm?
Android guy.
Anybody has a phone? Dr. Mona, how are you? Fine. Fine. طلع كده من under your teeth ولا بيسموها تحت اسنانك ولا؟ Fine. حبيب قلبي يا عسل. يا زول يا زول. He's from Egypt, but I think he's from Sudan all the time. I don't know why. But he's Egyptian. Wallahi. Wallahi, from the first second. Look, if you see him and look at Sudanese people, same. He looks Sudanese. For me, Zol. For me, Zol. Huh? Sorry? Zol. I love. No. لا والله. لا هو هنا. Anything he knows. Wallahi, I'm joking.
The red one. This.
Sorry?
This is fast charging.
First one.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm very bad in technology. So, wallahi, I have in my car a wireless charger. Like there is something in the car spot you charge the phone. I've had the car since like February, and I still just 2 days back they told me, do you know you have this in your car? One of my friends, wallahi, and this is how to use the heater, up, down. You know, I'm just like, I don't pay attention to these things. So now I will be talking about MI. Before you teach MI, what should you do? Symptoms, because she's a nurse. She should know what are the symptoms of MI. Okay, now when I teach her MI, you will draw a very nice picture for her, which is this and this. So it is like X. It is like what? X. And what is that?
90.
Yeah. Online doctor, so you know. So we don't trick you for something that maybe you get lost or something, and they say, yes, we understand. Can you see this picture? Can you see this?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I will take a picture and I will put it on the Facebook group as well, but I'm sure you can see. Okay. Anyway, I will draw it a bit Lower, guys, for you because the light is there in the top.
We can see, Dr. Mo.
Okay, that's it. Guys, can you see this? Yeah? This and this. Can you see that? Yeah? Perfect. Yeah. So now, this is the picture. And from this picture, you will be able to know where is the MOI. Okay? But before you start, you need to tell her that symptoms of and what MOI is. What is MOI? What is the heart attack? What is the definition of heart attack? Decrease or blockage? Blockage. It could be blockage complete, decrease in the blood supply that's going to the heart. And usually the patient will present with, please write this down, because you cannot teach her the ECG and she doesn't know the symptoms of the MI. And what is MI? Okay, now I will draw this type. Now, this picture, ignore it. You need to understand it. But look at me. Look at me now. Look at me. Look at me now, standing like this and doing this. Can you see me? Where is my heart? Yeah? So, what is that? Is that left or right? Left. What is that? That's it. What is that? What is this? This is my foot. So, this is right, left, right foot. So, right here, AVL. And here, AVR. What is AVL? Left. L for left. R for right. And my leg, AVF. That's what I'm going to write here. Look. What is this? AV. R. What is this? AV. L. What is this? This here down. AVF. So far, any problem? Oh. AVL, AVR, AVF. AVR, AVL, AVF. I only have these three left. 1, 2, 3. Is it difficult? That's it. Dr. Marwan, how are you? Good. Guys, good?
Very good.
Now, we have V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6. How many V's? 6. Listen carefully. This is one angle. V1 and V2. V1 and V2. Can you see these two angles here in the front? So one angle is V1 and so V1 and V2 is the angle between AVR and 3. Online doctors, are you lost?
We are following, doctor.
You're not lost? Perfect. So V1 and V2 is the angle between AVR and 3. Yeah? That's V1 and V2. What about this? Two angles, V3 and V4. So V3 here, V4 there, and here V5, V6. Online doctors, I'm going to have to show you this because it's very important for you, and then we carry on. Okay? Can you see, guys? Yeah?
Yes, doctor.
R, VL, AVF, 1, 2, 3, V1,
Yes, doctor,
V2,
we can see very clearly.
V4, V5, V6. Perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. Now, it's very easy now. And what's going to happen is very easy now. Okay. طلع على النبي. You see these V4 and V3? Think about it. V3 and V4, they are in the front. V3 and V4, they are in the front of the picture. Can you see them? So V3 and V4, they are the front of the picture. V1 and V2, side, that side. V5 and V6, that side. Can you see the same way I see it or not? So V1, V3 and V4, it is anterior. Can you see that it's anterior or only me? Anterior. So V3 and V4 are in the front. 1, 2 that side, 5, 6 that side. So V3 and V4 is anterior. V3 and V4 is anterior. What? V1 and V2 septal. V1 and V2 septal that side. septal. V3 and V4 anterior. So if the ST elevation is V3 and V4, what does that mean? So I found the ST P, Q, R, S, and T. P, Q, R, S, and T. I found it elevated in this leads V3 and V4. It is the anterior MI. What if it's elevated 1, 2, 3, 4? Anterior septal. طيب. صلوا على النبي. Look at this carefully. Carefully. You see this part here? 2, AVF, and 3. Where is that? Is that inferior or superior? Inferior MR. So V3 and V4 is anterior. V1, 2, 3, 4 is anterior. Sept. V1, V2 septal. 2, 3, AVF. Inferior. Are you lost? Inferior. So if you know the picture and then you tell yourself, okay, what is the elevation? The elevation in 1, V2, V3, V4. Until you say, no, the elevation is in 2, 3, and the ST elevation, yeah? It will be written on the lead because the lead on the ECG is written. V1, elevated, V2, and then gather them as per your picture and they will give you where. Okay, listen carefully. V5 and V6 and A1 and the AVL. This is that lateral or medial or lateral? Lateral. So the lateral is AVL 1, V5 and 6 lateral wall.
AVL 1.
So AVL 1, guys, if you draw the picture and you look at it now with me, what is that? V3 and V4? 1 and 2 septal. 2 and 3 and EVF inferior. AVL 1, that side lateral, guys. It's just the main thing is to know how to draw it and then it will come. That's it. Type V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6, 1 AVL. It's the septal and the anterior and the lateral. What if it's anterior lateral? Anterior lateral. Anterior lateral. V3 and V4. And that side here, maybe 1 AVL or 5 and 6, or you know, anterior lateral. Clear? Yes. Really? Yes. This is how to know where the MI is. But before you teach her where the MI is, tell her that the symptoms and tell her the definition. What is MI? I hope it's making sense. And before the 8 minutes finishes, Dr. Nushin, yeah? Dr. Nushin, before the 8 minutes finishes, what should you tell her? Before the 8 minutes finishes. You tell her, if you see this kind of image, ST elevated, and the patient presenting with such and such, what you must do, call the senior, call the doctor in a chart right away, because this patient will need urgent management. Am I making any sense? What if I don't say this? What if I don't tell her the word, it is urgent? Tell the senior. Tell the doctor in charge. You're not gonna pass the station or you will get very weak score. Why? It's not about not safe. It's not about how many words, as I mentioned in management. How many words? It's urgent. You need to contact the doctor because we need urgently to interfere. And if you want to be so, we need the doctor to interfere because this patient will need initial oxygen, morphine, nitroglycerin, aspirin, Mona. That's it. Is it much? No, urgent. But why? Why? You are teaching a nurse in the cardiology department. Imagine this is what's going to happen. The nurse, that's what she's going to do, yeah? She will read the ECG. The patient is in pain, yeah? The patient is in pain. She will read the ECG. Wow. Wow. You know, Mo yesterday taught me about MI. I never ever thought that one day I'll be able to read the ECG. Wow. SCT elevation. And then she will call her friend. Alicia, come here. Look at that. Tell me what's happening here. Then Alicia, I don't know. Come, I will teach you. Beautiful picture. This is why, because she doesn't know it is emergency. She will explain to her friends, and her friends, she will show off. Look at that, look at that. You know, she's happy, but she doesn't know it's urgent. That's why she doesn't know. She doesn't know what to do if she sees this ECG. Guys, clear? Clear? Okay. So that's MI. That's if she wants to know about MI. That's if she tells you, I want to know about MI, and she will have ECG with her, and she will tell you, explain to me this, doctor, SCT elevation. I don't know what is SCT elevation. So what if she wants MI? You will tell her, is that of a patient here in the ward? Yes, doctor. Is the patient, this ECG was just done now? Yes, doctor. Ya lahwi. And I've been half an hour explaining to you how to read the ECG. You understand? Would you explain to her ECG first, or would you go and see the patient? La, come back. Bossi, I will look after you. Come here. You know, this wall and this wall. So what about this wall? That's the inferior. What about that? And the patient is dying. So when she gives you an MI, say to her, is that of a patient, today's patient now, or what? So they know that she's not bringing you an ECG to read a beautiful MI. Let me explain to you. And then the patient is dying. You understand me? Huh? No, she will tell you this ECG of a patient like a week ago or something, or, you know, but not a recent one, you know, because
You need to ask permission.
yeah, that will be all done. That will be, there was not going to be an issue with anything with consent or any confidentiality. But my point is always tell her what MI is, what are the symptoms, and when did you do this ECG? When did you do? Because you don't want this to be, I've just done it now, and you are sitting explaining to the ECG, and it's been done now, and the patient is, you know, no. Clear? Just a little touch, little touch. If a nurse said to you, explain to me this ECG, do you want to know, like, who's that? And especially if you find ST elevation, do you want to know it's not a patient who's dying on the ward? تروح في عنبر 7. And imagine if he's a patient who's dying now, serious die, and now you're reading the ECG and you know explaining it. Would you do this for her if the patient is no? Okay. So now, what if her concern is MI? Would you explain about rate and rhythm? Perfect, Dr. Mona. You will check first. Before I go, do you know what ECG is? Ah, yes, doctor, I know what ECG is. It's checking the electrical activity. Okay. Has anybody explained to you about the rate and the rhythm? Well, no. And what is the P, QRST, the waves? No. Can you explain ST elevation without her knowing the waves? So then, teach her the waves and then move on. Clear? Now, finally, no, ST elevation. Now you draw the ECG as I mentioned to you guys. I've drawn the ECG here to tell her this is the ST elevation. And after I show her this is the ST elevation, and it should be elevated more than 1 box, and then go to the walls, and that's the MI. Guys, that will take you 8 minutes. That will take you nothing else. You don't have any more to say. Yeah. Now, let's talk about the AF. Let's talk about AF. Online doctors, are you lost? I hope you are not lost.
We are following, doctor. Thank you.
Perfect. Perfect. One of the doctors,
Hello,
his name is
doctor.
Muhammad. Sorry?
Can you then tell us how to ask the nurse to check ST elevation? How many box?
I said ST elevation, guys, to say ST elevation. The elevation should be more than, guys, it should be more than 2, but when you tell her, say no, more than 1 box, because because to be safe, you know, no more than 2 boxes, more than 1 box, please. Yeah.
Small box,
ST
right?
elevation. Yes. Okay. Imagine if it's more than 2 large boxes. Wow. The ECG will be in the sky. Yeah. Anyway, so yes. So, but nothing else. That's actually what you need to tell the nurse. Nothing else. Draw for her the ECG. Show her what is the ST elevation, what is the ST part, and show her about the walls, and that's it. Nothing else. Okay. Now there is a small thing I will show you about the AF and about the ventricular. Okay.
A quick question, please.
Now,
During hers, should I draw that diagram to locate the ST elevation, or just
sorry,
the illustration that you've just written on the board to locate the ST elevation? During explaining to a nurse, should I draw such an illustration, or is it for us to memorize and I just give her?
No, you have to show her what is the ST part.
Yeah, so I should use the pen and paper in this part.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank
pen
you.
and paper, or if she's giving you ECG, which she will give you ECG, she will have ECG in her hand.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So now, let me talk to you about the AF. Okay? The AF. Can you write this after me? What is this? Q. Q. What is this? R. What is this? S. Q, R, S. Q, R, S. You know, with teaching, it's all about being simple. Yeah? Give the right knowledge, but make it as simple as you can. Teaching is not just here you go, boom, hi, I give you script to hi, how are you? No, teaching is how to make things easy and how to bring plenty of stuff and just, you know, that's teaching. So when you're teaching in the exam, teaching a patient, FY1, FY2, wallahi, the purpose is, are you able to deliver knowledge or not? If you are able to deliver knowledge, it's not about the amount. It's about the quality of delivering the knowledge. Clear? Remember this, please. Because some doctors, they think, oh my God, I want to go and tell her rhythm, you know, AFMI, heart block. No. I can teach you today only AF and heart block, and you understand. Better than teaching you everything and you don't understand. So, Amri, that is. So I know you're tired. He can't speak. He cannot talk. Yes, I know you're tired. So QRS, I wrote in the middle of the board, the online doctors. So you know, beautiful QRS. Yeah, this is the QRS wave. What do you mean? This is the QRS wave. I mean, if the QRS wave, this Q, you know the QRS part, QRS. Yeah, you know this. If it's narrow, or is it wide? Is it narrow or wide? Wide with Kuwaiti people. Wide means too much. Kuwaiti. Wide. Yeah, that's what they say. Wide. Yeah. So is it narrow or wide? What is narrow or wide? Narrow QRS or wide QRS? It is narrow. Write in brackets. Atrial. Write what? Atrial. No. QRS is wide. Right ventricular. See how easy and simple. So the QRS, you know which one the QRS? QRS, yeah, this wave. If it's narrow, if it's what? Narrow, it is atrial. If it's wide, it is ventricular. I will send a picture on my Facebook group, but nobody will understand this picture only if you are in the lecture now. Anybody else will say, is he crazy? Seriously. So I will put a picture on my Facebook group. Online doctors, are you all on the Facebook group? Yeah?
Yes, I am.
Yes, we are all on the FB group, Dr. Mo.
Oh, sorry? I put the picture on the Facebook group, yeah? People will say, is he crazy putting this picture kida without a comment on the Facebook group, yeah? Okay. You can all open the picture on the Facebook group, and the picture is just explaining the distance. It is saying that QRS should measure 2 small squares. QRS should measure what? I put the picture there with the measurement. What? PR? How many? How many PR? How many kilos? 3 to 5 small boxes. How many kilos QRS? So the QRS should be the distance what? 2 small boxes. Okay, so that's the distance between in the QRS in the ECG. Okay, so now guys, what are we talking about now? Are you lost? What are I'm preparing you to discuss what? AF, yeah, so don't be lost. But I'm just giving you some spices that will show you things in the ECG. So Mickey Mouse, but not that Mickey Mouse, you know. So I have the QRS wave. The distance should be 2 small boxes. I'm telling you the normal distance for you to know what is narrow and what is wide. So if it's more than 2 small boxes, it is wide. If it's less than 2 small boxes, it is narrow. Any problem? I said to you, if the QRS is narrow, in brackets, the problem is atrial. If the QRS is wide, the problem is ventricular. So far, any problem? Be careful, because after 2 minutes, you will be able to know supraventricular tachycardia. You know these complicated things, atrial fibrillation, and ventricular tachycardia, and the ventricular fibrillation in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes. So far, which wave are we talking about? QRS. What is the normal distance? 2 boxes. If it's more than 2 boxes, it is wide. The problem is, if it's less than 2 boxes, it is narrow. The problem is tight. Come back. Come to the atrial now, the narrow atrial. If it's regular rhythm, or is it irregular? So is it irregular or which one is the narrow? Yeah. Come to the ventricular again. The ventricular, is it irregular or irregular? So far, are you lost? Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum assalam. I want to buy 1 piece of the ECG. Which part you want to buy? I want to buy the QRS. Okay. What is the normal price for the QRS? The normal price for the QRS, 2 small boxes. Okay. Is it narrow today or is it wide? No, it is narrow. Narrow means atrial. No. It's wide. Wide means ventricular. Okay. Come to the narrow. The narrow, is it regular as I buy it all the time, or is it irregular? If it is regular narrow, supraventricular tachycardia. Dr. Mo, you are tricking us, because you are saying if it's narrow, regular, if the QRS is narrow, but regular rhythm. You said supraventricular tachycardia. You are tricking us, because you are saying narrow means atrial. Now supraventricular means atrial, now supraventricular, above the ventricles. What is above the ventricles? So supraventricular tachycardia. What about if it's narrow irregular? Atrial fibrillation. Atrial fibrillation. So what is atrial fibrillation? QRS, narrow, irregular. What is supraventricular tachycardia? QRS, narrow, but regular rhythm. Come to the wide. Wide QRS means ventricular. Regular and irregular. regular ventricular tachycardia, irregular ventricular fibrillation. So ventricular tachycardia, regular white QRS, ventricular fibrillation, irregular white QRS. I hope it's making sense. Online doctors, are you lost?
No,
No,
doctor, we are with
doctor.
you.
Enjoying. Wow.
Now everything is solved.
Please repeat the
Yeah,
particular
because
part.
cardiology,
Please.
so we need to just, So that's now to tell you about AF. So AF, which part are we playing with? QRS, is it wide or narrow? Narrow. Is it irregular or irregular? Irregular. Supraventricular tachycardia, which part are QRS? Narrow or wide? Narrow. Regular, irregular? Regular. Ventricular tachycardia, QRS is wide. Regular, regular, regular. Ventricular fibrillation, QRS is wide, irregular. So this all about what is the normal QRS. So far. Salam alaikum, rhythm, regular, irregular. Salam alaikum, rate. If it's regular rhythm, 2R, the boxes in between, 300 divided by the number of boxes. If it's irregular, I will take handful of R's. So I will count how many R's between 30 boxes times what? Times 10. Now, in one word, what is heart block in 2 letters? Heart block, PR, not the rectal examination. Because if somebody joined halfway through the PR, what is PR to the heart? It increases the heart rate, PR. So PR, which means PR. Before you know, you should know the normal PR. Normal PR, 3 to 5. If it's a prolonged but constant, type 1. Prolonged, progressive. Type 2, MOPS 1. Type prolonged, constant. But every 2P, 1 QRS. It is MOPS 2. And then MI, in one word, ST elevation. And then now we said that QRS is to talk about AF. QRS, narrow, wide. So in this case, you will explain to her whichever she wants. Ventricular tachycardia, ventricular fibrillation, whatever she wants. You will tell her, come here, Hagga, come here. And they will start all the time. Any ECG, you will start by telling her, any ECG. Do you know what ECG is? Yes, I know. Move on. Do you know the waves? Yes, I know. Move on. I know about the basics. Rate and rhythm. No concern? No. Then go to after. Go. Like that's how you're gonna do the ECG. No. I want to know about what's AF, doctor. For you to tell her about the AF, you must explain to her the waves. The what? P, QRST. Then you tell her to teach you AF. We need which piece? QRS. Guys, your own way back. I taught you my own way. Can you tell her the QRS before telling her the wave? No. So wave and the heart. Egyptian heart, full of feelings and emotions. Egyptian man's heart, full of everything, So explain to her, this is the heart and this is the waves. This wave is this. This wave is this. Now, to explain to the AF, which piece do you want from ECG? QRS. Before telling her the abnormal, you need to tell her that? Normal. That's how much. Then tell her, if it's narrow, problem in the atria. If it's regular, so the AF is now, look at, you remember the AF, we say irregular pulse and narrow QRS? Aho, subhanallah. AF, irregular, narrow. Narrow what? QRS. And we know that the point that's not there, absent P wave, absent P wave in that AF. Yeah? But your own way. I'm clear by your own way. Your own style, guys. Draw the heart, draw the ECG, then this wave is that, this wave is that, and then, you get me? Yes. And you cannot teach AF unless you teach the waves, which is the first line. Before I started the ECG teaching, I draw here heart and waves. Be careful, because that will make her understand what is QRS, unless she knows the shape of the ECG. And again, the same picture, the picture of normal ECG, of the ECG. Can you teach PR without showing here the ECG? No, that's a PQRS. Now I'll be talking about the PR. This is the PR, yeah? PR. This part. Normal is that, prolonged is that, and then you start talking about. Online doctors, clear?
Yes.
Doctor.
Absolutely. Yes, very clear.
Doctor, in this QRS
So now,
all on this is P wave absent, right?
yeah, P wave is absent, yeah? No, not in all of them. In the atrial, AF. AF, P wave is absent. And in the supraventricular tachycardia, again, P wave is absent. But that's how much you want to tell her, yeah? Guys, a nurse, it is irregular, it is QRS, it is narrow, it is a nurse. Okay? I kept a sample for you, yeah? And I know because many people was teaching me ECG and I wanted to understand it. I'm sure that there is no easy way than this. I'm sure, I'm 100% positive. There is no easier way than what I told you now. No, you cannot go any, that's the olive. Okay, in Egyptian way, olive, yani, this is the extract. Okay? So now, online doctors, we ended our session teaching ECG, and now only the doctors in the clinical course, clinical course, will be attending the BNF, the sick note, as a part of the clinical course. Okay? So I will start now the BNF, the sick note, the prescription, and now I'm gonna ask all the doctors who are not in the clinical course to leave the meeting, okay? Or I will end the meeting now, and I will create a new meeting, and I will send the link of the new meeting on the clinical course, but please don't share it, because this is only for the clinical course, okay?
Thank you.
Dr. Mo, Dr. Mo, can you please share it in the online course? This
Sorry?
only ECG. Can you share this ECG video in the online course in your drive?
This video?
Only ECG video in the drive.
Yes, boss. I will share it on the drive for the new course, the new online course. Yeah.
Okay. By when? Can I ask?
Guys, have a lovely night. Have a lovely night. And if there is any feedback about the ECG, you can leave it on my group, please. Yeah. Any feedback about the ECG session, leave it on my Facebook group. Thank you very much.